Hi guys, what have you been doing today? We have been eating pizza.
Hi guys, enjoying some Brooklyn style pizza. I think it's the best pizza in the world. The story we're going to tell today is about the Renaissance of Brooklyn.
So Brooklyn, do you know where most people in New York live? Yes, you're right, it's Brooklyn. It's the most populated borough in New York. And we decided to stretch our journey today. Not stopping on Manhattan, but to go further. To actually tell the story about Brooklyn and about where we are today. Here at the old Navy Yard. Or where are we actually, Ram?
Yes, Christopher, I'm very impressed with your knowledge of Brooklyn. You must be really passionate about this. We are at the old Navy Yard. This place, back in the early 1900s, used to employ 70,000 people who used to build ships. But unfortunately, after the wars, since we didn't need as many battleships, the number of jobs that was required went down, and the place really became ran down, as you can see back here. Dilapidated buildings, graffiti, lot of crime. So it's a story for us, Christopher. I feel like we need to keep our eye on emerging trends, if you will, to prevent this.
Oh, yeah. Do you want to live inside there?
No, not me, man. I don't want to live there.
was
But however,
just
I think the story has a very positive, good ending.
Yeah.
As we learned in leadership training,
I think if we work with the vision and if we work with leadership and if we are open for change,
yes,
this story can have a positive ending, I would say. Or what do you feel?
I agree, and it goes back to what Alex told us, right?
Yeah.
That African philosopher who said the future is always better than the past. So that's the past, and that's the future over there.
So shall we move to the future?
Yes.
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
go
let's
to the
go to the
future.
future.
How many people live there?
In
2.5.
Yeah, 2.5 million people.
2.5 million people. So it's a pretty dense populated area.
Yes, it sure is.
It's
And,
not the densest populated area in New York, but it's the most people live in this borough.
Yeah, and on the
Yes, correct
background you see
myself.
this building. It's almost breaking down, and it's pretty strange that we are somewhere very close to Manhattan, and there are buildings, not one, a couple of them, which are in such a bad shape. All right, guys, let's move on to the
To the next place.
yeah.
Here we go. Hi.
So Ram, how about New Brooklyn then? What happened?
Yeah, you're big.
People moving. So where are we now? And what is this?
Look at that shiny new building, and look at all this construction. It's very impressive, isn't it?
Yeah.
Would you have imagined that this area looked pretty much like the area that we just came from about 7 or 8 years ago?
Ah, really?
Yeah. So, how do you think this transformation happened?
I have no idea, but I guess you need some money to do this.
Yeah.
It's not really. I mean, you have to have some investments.
Yes.
Is it just money?
Yeah, but you also need, you're absolutely right, it needed investment, but you also needed a vision and you needed leadership.
Ah, so you mean you needed leadership? And who came up with this great leadership then?
Yeah, so this area, the vision was to take this underdeveloped area and to use it as a much lower cost base than Manhattan for some of the financial financial services companies. However, sorry, that is the beauty. It wasn't done just by one person, it was a collaborative effort. So the business leaders of these financial companies saw the opportunity, but they worked very closely with Brooklyn city officials who had to invest in this area to make the crime rate go down.
So would you say that it's a big change, or it's how would you describe this?
I think that the change is self-evident. You saw where we came from in the Navy Yard. You see where it is today. So to drive a change like that is obviously big and remarkable, and it requires a lot of people working together collaboratively to make it happen. And the main thing is the element of trust, right? If I come,
I don't understand that. How do you mean that with trust?
so two people see an area differently, but they both trusted that the vision could come true if they each played their role. And they ended up working with each other in a collaborative way to make that happen.
And I mean, the change is, for me, the change is obvious. I mean, it's huge.
It is remarkable. And look, it's still changing. It's still continuing to improve.
You know one thing more?
Yeah.
It's also very cold.
It is. Maybe we need to go back inside.
All right, guys. You see, that's Manhattan, and most of us, in some way or the other, are in a situation which is what we saw as Brooklyn, as the old city. Now, what I want we learn from here is that if you have the right kind of passion, the focus, and the motivation, which means, as Alex had said, that you have a purpose, you have autonomy and the mastery, we can convert Brooklyn to Manhattan. Thank you very much for watching this video.
Ready.
The pizza is phenomenal. Taste it.